race fans, welcome back to Behind the Wheel. First interview of 2022 is in the books. We sat down this evening with none other than Julie Shepherd for our first female driver interview on Behind the Wheel. Got a chance to talk to her and get a little bit more information on who she is and why she loves the dirt track racing so much. I recommend turning the volume up. She's a soft talker and one of my microphones was down. So turn the volume up, but you can hear her. And enjoy this episode of Behind the Wheel. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Wheel, the first one of 2022, and we figured we started off with a bang with our first female driver interview, Julie Shepherd. How are you doing tonight, Julie?
I'm doing great.
You're doing great. Good to see you. Good to be out here.
Good to see you too.
A little chilly out yet tonight.
Yeah, very cold. My hands are still.
Hands are still a little cold.
Yeah.
It's good to be here. Good to be back. Great to see everyone. Of course, Frank as well.
Right.
Did he surprise you with this one?
Yeah. He did.
Yeah, he reached out on the old TikTok.
I'm not ready for this.
Oh, definitely. That's what everyone says. But I tell you what, it's a blast to do. The fans love them. So the first thing I'm going to jump in on and ask you is, how'd you get into racing?
Well, I grew up in racing. My dad raced in Arizona most of my life, and he was actually, I believe he was the first two-track champion at, the tracks that he was both raced at. He was a champion in his class, the pure stock division. And I just grew up in it, and I always wanted to race. I just did like more of the powder puff, and it took him passing away back in 2018. The help of my fiance here, kind of had a car built for me, and I thought it was going to be a pure stock, but here it's a Midwest mod, which is great. It's a good class to start in. I have a lot, more to go, but I'll get there. I'm more into it for the fun, and I don't have to win, but maybe I'll get a win in this.
Maybe you'll get a win. Anyways, yeah. I might have to have you speak a little bit louder.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have a
you're fine. I'm so loud, being behind the microphone all the time, but just so the microphone picks you up.
Yeah.
So I might just have to have you speak a little louder. So you got into race because your dad,
yes,
which is phenomenal. He passed away in 18. Again, sorry to hear that.
He's all over my car.
I've noticed that is absolutely
the front
phenomenal.
there has a Superman on it. That's what they called him, Superman Danny Shepherd, and his number was also 77, and it was also the year my sister died. So that's what
a lot of meaning right there within the number. You took away my next question. What was the meaning of your number? And that hammers it absolutely beautiful, and to be able to have those transitions with family and ways to get started is an absolute beautiful thing. So what is your favorite racetrack food when you're here at the track?
I like the bratwurst.
You're a first brat person.
I like the bratwurst. I like their cheese fries. Cheeseburgers are okay.
Everyone's been a
my
cheeseburger.
Mountain Dew, though. My Mountain Dew, I have to have my Mountain Dew at the racetrack. That's my trick.
Something about a Mountain Dew at a racetrack just makes everything 10 times better.
Yep.
It really does.
Although tonight would have been a hot chocolate kind of night, but
we had the air conditioner on up in the booth. We had the air. It was hot.
Welcome to Missouri.
Exactly. I almost wore shorts. Kind of glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Outside of the track, when you're not working on the track, what kind of hobbies do you have?
I'm more of an outdoors person. I like to go fishing and camping, which I haven't been in a while, but.
And it's hard to go fishing and camping when you're at the track all the time.
Yeah, true. I didn't know what to do with myself on off season. We did do some fishing and stuff, but would like to get a good camping trip in there.
Me too. We got a petition going around on a weekend. We're not running on a Saturday. Everyone's going to meet at the lake.
Yes, we need to do that.
So we got you're involved in on that. You know
I am.
About that. Oh, so if you had a walkout song, I know it's real big in the UFC and things like that, and they do it kind of at the Dome. And say, look, if you had a walkout song that describes who you are as a person and as a driver, what would that song be?
Oh, gosh. Oh, no. I can't think right now. I'm being put on the spot.
I love it. That's the best part.
I don't know. I really don't know. What would you think? Knowing me, that you know me a little bit, what would you think?
I'm going to go with a safe answer here. It's Shania Twain, man. I feel like a woman.
There you go.
I can hear it.
But I run with the men. There you go.
You do. But that's the thing. You do very well.
Thank you.
That is the
difference.
That's one thing I love about Springfield Raceway. There is a lot of female drivers here. Yep. And you guys are very good. And things like that. So it's growing.
A lot of fun with it.
And there's such a stigma when it comes to this sport and female drivers. And that's kind of one of the things I want. There's so many on social media that follow me as a I don't even know what you want to call me, granted an announcer and I guess a media specialist, I guess, that they just, I always see them talking about the stigma of, you know, oh, your daddy's money, or you're just a girl, you can't drive. That absolutely drives me insane, because, you know, I have a daughter who's 9 who would love to be behind the wheel one of the days.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure she will with you around.
with me around, yeah. It's the problem with keeping him out of one first. So that's one of the things that I want to bring to people's attention, that you guys put just as much and if more, if not more than some of the guys out there that do this at even a higher level. So it's something I want to bring a spotlight to the sport.
I had a lot of knowledge, you know, with my dad, you know, my brothers, you know, past, you know, relationships and stuff, and with Frank. I've learned a lot. I've done everything from gutting the cars out to, you know, building them, helping build the motors. It's fun. You don't see very many women doing that.
You don't. You really don't. And I absolutely love it when they get involved like that. And then when they can back it up on the track too, it just makes life 10 times easier. It makes, you know, the payback too as well. If you could race at any track in the world, in any car in the world, what would it be, where would it be, and why?
I always wanted to run a late model. I don't know why. I always enjoyed going to the track to watch the late models. Something about the late models. I used to like the sprint cars, but there's just too much. I don't know. I see too many of them roll.
That's the fun part.
It is, but not when you're behind the wheel.
All it is dirt sky, ground, and then safety crews there before you really know what's going on, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah, and as far as the track, unfortunately the track is no longer around. I don't know if you ever heard of Manzanita Speedway in Phoenix, Arizona.
Sounds familiar.
It's been gone. I think it was 2009, something like that they closed it down, unfortunately. And that was a track for the legends. Like, there were a lot of people a lot of big guys that won out there, raced out there. One of the tracks my dad was a champ at, so I always wanted to race, you know, at Manzanita. And that's one track I didn't do the lady races at, but I wish I would.
I love it. I love hearing these kind of stories, yes. And that's what the fans love to hear.
Manzanita was such a. People cried when that track was torn down. That's how great that track was.
I know the feeling when my original McKenzie Speedway in my hometown got torn down. I was real old. I was probably about my son's age. Mm-hmm. But every now and then when I go back home, if you go out, it's actually where the zoo sits. The zoo expanded. Mm-hmm. And if you look out into the wolf den, it sits on top of turn 3.
Oh, goodness.
They built the den into turn 3, so turn 3 will always be there.
You remember what was there with some people.
Hey, yeah, no one understands it. Why are you crying when you're looking at the wolves? Because it's so beautiful. Speaking of animals, what is your favorite animal?
A dog.
A dog, yes.
I love dogs. I love to train dogs. I just...
Maybe you can train mine.
Dogs are amazing. I actually have the smartest breed out there, Border Collie.
You have a Border Collie?
I have a Border Collie. She plays basketball. You know, you can line up different sport balls and just say the name of it. She'll grab it and bring it to you. She's just...
Not mine. Mine's a dumb oaf.
I love teaching her new things. Like, most of the time it's a couple tries and she picks it up. That's awesome.
I have a Shepherd Mastiff who's more on the Mastiff side. Mm-hmm. He's got a lot of the shepherding color and the drooling of a Mastiff, but he's not the smart of the animal. So he's so great with the kids. So
yeah.
That's what counts.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize, you know, all animals in general, but dogs, you know, they need love too, you know, and to see people, you know, neglect and stuff, it breaks my heart.
That's what my daughter, she's real big into animals, and that's actually one of the questions, her favorite question when I do these. And the thing is she's actually got it, my wife convinced to where when I'm here at the track, they're actually at the Humane Society volunteering, and she reads to the animals. She reads to the cats. Because a lot of the animals, they've never had a friendly voice.
Right.
So they have the kids, even my son can do it, they can read to the animals.
Yeah.
And spend some time with them.
That's really cool. For kids, I mean, kids are smart too. Like, they can all these different things.
And then my kids are like, I want to adopt this one. And I'm like, no, we can't afford it. Cannot happen. You got beers. I knew that was coming. So what has been your worst crash?
Oh, goodness. Beginning of last season, turn 3 and 4, and I guess my power steering locked up and my throttle stuck, went right into the wall. And I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you, first couple of times I went around to race again after that, I was scared to go in 3 and 4 because it just flashback, you know. And you know, it injured me. It took me, you know, it sent me to the hospital. I got over it. Mom and Dad always taught me never give up. I was back in another car in a couple weeks, and here I am.
That's the thing. You just got to settle down,
That's
get right back in the car.
Never give up.
It's always a scary situation, especially when you hit the wall wide open.
Oh yeah.
You know, and with here, there's not a whole lot of wall.
I will have to say though, I did not have a neck brace. I harmed nothing on that race. And I will never go back out
She
without
changes
one
your
on
mind
there,
real
so
quick.
I should have worn one, but I was being stubborn. And I'll be honest, the first flash that came through my head was Dale Earnhardt. I know we weren't going that speed. I could have easily, you know, broke my neck or something. You know? So.
Yeah, it's definitely never fun. Granted, you know, that's what the kids, they like to see.
Right.
And things like that. Oh, here we go. Look, you're going to get tossed one.
Well, thank you. I guess this is the beer of the night.
Hey, look, I'm pushing for a Busch Light sponsor. We'll crack that open.
I guess we will.
Yes, we will.
Have to cheer on that one for tonight. Cheers to you.
Cheers to you. Anthony's such a bad influence.
Hey, on you guys.
It's really good after tonight, that's for
Yes.
sure. So what is so great about dirt racing?
Oh, the smell of the fuel. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yes.
The fuel, oh my gosh. Like, I don't know what it is. And I know each track you go to, there's different dirt and clay and stuff, but even just getting dirty. I mean,
I got muddy today.
I see people walk through the pits and stuff. Oh, my white shoes got.
Why are you wearing white shoes?
Yeah, you know, you're here to have fun. Get dirty. It's all about it, you know.
Exactly. It is all that matters. I love it. The fuel, when they get, especially when the late models are here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, when they come rolling by 4 wide and you can just smell the alcohol in the air, you're just like, yes. And it's not
like,
beer garden
I need a
alcohol.
candle.
Yes.
I need a candle with that. I mean, they do make those,
Yes.
but I need one with the actual smell of the
The
real...
environment. I need like the waft of the concession stand.
Yes.
The random smelly guy sitting down. And,
I'll keep that one out.
well, I mean, just mix it all together. It makes
Yes.
a beautiful.
It's part of it. You
Yeah,
know.
and
Smell the
I need that
food
for like December, because by December I'm jonesing. I'm jonesing.
You got the dome?
Well, you know, we're thinking about making it to the dome with Behind the Wheel this year. I love it. This is another interview with a studio audience. I love having them now.
Love it.
At least we're not getting moon this time.
I won't look. Thanks for the warning, though, because I'll moon right back.
Oh, you'll moon right back.
Moon right back. Yeah, I'm not afraid. If you met my family, you would understand.
Oh, that is
where I
even
come
better.
from.
See, you fit right in. Fit right in. Just one of the guys. I absolutely love it.
Yes.
What driver do you try to model your style of driving after?
My dad.
Your dad.
My dad.
I had a feeling that was going to be the
There are
answer.
a couple things that, you know, he should have done that he didn't do. So, you know, like getting uptight with the cars and stuff. I've learned to get up on them, you know. My dad, I learned a lot from my dad.
I did as well when it came to racing. That man can build a motor.
Yeah. And I can't say my dad built the motors because he was kind of spoiled. He had my brothers and, you know, friends. All his pit crew would, you know, get the car ready for him. He'd be sitting in the house, you know, because he had health problems as well. But he'd show up at the track just in enough time to climb in and go out on the track.
I know a lot
So
of people like
I can't
that.
say that he really taught me too much about building motors. You know, he did a little bit here and there, but it was mostly my brothers.
That is absolutely outstanding. I mean, you got to love it. And I do got to ask, because I will forget, do you have any sponsors you want to thank or anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, first and foremost, our company, Circle W Containers, our graphics, Blue Ribbon, Lawn Care. Did I miss anybody? I only have a couple this time around. I do have to throw in something, though.
Okay.
Dirt Nation. Frank put my name in to win a hoodie. And out of all these people that entered in, I got the hoodie. And it's really cool. I should have wore it tonight.
Yeah, you should have.
It's a picture of somebody sitting in their car with a helmet, and it said, "This is my game face" or something, and it's got even a little mud on it. It's
Oh,
really cool.
yeah.
I have to get a picture by my car with their sticker, and they're going to put me in their cabin. So
That is awesome. So shout out to Dirt Nation.
yes. Dirt
Right
Nation.
there.
Yes.
Do you have, I mean, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but do you have like any aspirations when it comes to racing? You do it for fun, but do you have? I know everybody wants to get to victory lane and things like that, but do you have any, like, you know, within the first half of this season goals?
I want to get better. I mean, I don't need to win, but I like the sound of the crowd. You know, everybody does. You know, and it's all about the kids. You know, stuff like that. But I just need more practice and just keep doing what I'm doing, I guess. You know.
You do a great job. You do a great job.
I love the feel being in a modified. I love the feel of, you know. What's going on here?
I was waiting to see him crack it open there for a minute.
Little guy's got a beer in his hand over
I was
there.
waiting for Aiden to crack it open.
That should have been on camera. Anyways, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying.
The young ones in the crowd.
I think we were after that. Anyway,
might have been. Don't even think about it now. Aiden.
I lost my train of thought, little guy. You're opening up a beer over there.
Your mom's gonna kill me, dude.
There's no proof it's not on camera.
Exactly.
We can just be saying.
There are technical difficulties. Oh yeah, YouTube will have me banned a lickety split. So, you love the roar of the crowd. A few times I've seen you last year. You kind of make your way up into the grandstands and go mingle a little bit. This year I'm going to start calling you out.
All right.
Bring a Sharpie.
Bring it on.
Bring a Sharpie, because that is one of the things that I realized, especially with being my first year announcing here at Springfield Raceway last year, was the fact of I had young kids asking me for my autograph.
Aw.
And I teared up a little bit.
You're the best announcer out there. One of the best.
Well, thank you.
You do awesome.
Oh, thank you.
You have a voice that's worth millions. I'm telling you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Everybody loves you.
Yeah, it's really hard.
And everybody can hear you.
That's a plus. You know,
yes.
I've been able to blessed to go to a few other tracks around, and I've been invited back to them this year.
Oh, good.
So we're gonna go traveling around when we're not here. So my next question is, what is so great about Springfield Raceway?
The people. Majority, you know, everybody loves everybody. The racing family in general. Like growing up in it, you know. It's almost like, I'm sorry, I'm just sitting here shaking. I'm cold, I promise.
The beer's real cold, guys.
The racing family is like no other. I mean, yeah, you have your blood, family and stuff. You know, sometimes friends are better than family, whatever. But everybody is there for each other. You know, you need a hand, they're there.
Yes.
You know, if your crew isn't really paying attention, I mean, hopefully they are. Somebody else nearby, if you need a tire change, they'll run over and help. Everybody is together, and that's what's great about it.
It's such a family, from the fans down to the drivers. Because you know, when we're able to pan out with the camera and see the pits when there's a blown tire, there's like a swarm of bees around the car, and then everyone disappears and the car comes right back on the track.
Right.
It is. You know, everyone marvels over a NASCAR pit stop. No one's ever been at a dirt track when there's $5,000 on the line and someone needs a tire change to get back with 10 laps to go.
Right.
When they're the fastest car on the track. So it is just phenomenal. The facility here is great, and I promote this track as much as I can, just because it is the greatest track in my mind in the Midwest.
See, and I've only been to a few tracks, so like Lucas Oil Speedway.
You're racing there this year, right?
I am. In July. I'm going to give it a shot that one night, see how I do. And I even have a friend from New Jersey flying in just to watch me race.
Oh, man, we might have to, because that's a weeknight, isn't it?
It's Wednesday night,
it's a Wednesday
July 20th.
Night. That's when they have the Legends as well, don't they?
I think there's another class with us that doesn't
I think they have the Legends there that night as well. So I've got quite a few people wanting me to come out and watch them. I got to take another vacation day.
July 20th, a Wednesday. Don't forget it.
Okay. I'll have to hop on their schedule and look at it, because when I do, because I drive for a living, and my days start real early because I get up and go to the gym.
Right.
So my days typically start at 3 a.m. So if I'm not in bed by like 8:30, 9 o'clock, it ain't happening. It ain't happening.
We're getting old. Don't blame me on that. We're getting old.
I feel every
Comes
bit.
with age.
I feel every bit of it.
Right.
Do you have any real big special thanks to anyone other than sponsors?
Thank you to everybody that gives a hand. Thank you to my mom, my dad. My mom's in Arizona. She's one of my... Sorry.
It's fine.
She's one of my biggest fans. My brothers. I have a brother in Marshfield, a brother in Phoenix, who's moving here in June. Sorry if you can't understand me. Just all my family, close friends.
Absolutely, such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful. You can tell how important it is to you to have all that support. You can tell.
My stepdad Bob, he raced for years. He's special to me as well. I learned from him as well. So. And if I miss anybody, I'm sorry, but I love you all. Okay, I love you all. There's too many of you to name.
We got plenty of time.
Mom is number one. You know, of course, Frank as well. You know, my kids. I should have said them as well. But
I don't worry about them.
They know.
Mine turned into Darth Vader, apparently.
So, anyways, yeah, everybody really. I mean, everybody's awesome.
Everybody is, and we're gonna end on that note. It's a chilly night out here. I got the waterworks flowing with you.
Next time, don't bring the onion with you.
Sorry, I gotta have extra onion for the cheeseburger. All right, that's just how I roll.
You can't have a cheeseburger without some onion.
You can't.
Onion and garlic make everything taste better.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah. See, now I just want to go home and play on my smoker and start smoking everything.
You are the smoker guy. I
yes,
know that. You like to smoke everything.
I do. Oh man, if I figured out how to wrap Oreos and bacon, and I put those on the
bacon.
Yes. So you season your bacon.
Sugar with the salt.
So what you do, when you bite, you get the saltiness of the bacon, you get the fatty taste of the bacon right away, and however you season it.
Right.
But then you get that chocolate cream explosion that's an Oreo, because the cookie itself gets real soft when it's smoked, and it is so good.
Wet, moist.
It is the most expensive Oreo you will ever eat, and Aiden, you can testify. My bacon wrapped Oreos.
Double stuff. Maybe one day they'll come up with triple stuff, or do they? I don't pay attention.
Well, see, that might be a little too much because it kind of falls apart.
Right.
I might have to make some and bring them out one of these days. They don't take very long to smoke, but I don't want to take a whole lot of your time. The night's over. It's been a long, long day here at Springfield Raceway.
Yes, but it's always well worth it. It really is.
It is. I love this track. I spend more time here than I do at home, I think. And I'm only out here one day a week. So I want to thank you for Frank too, for reaching out and doing this. I know we had talked early last year and wanting to. Oh, definitely. When you park in Victory Lane, we're gonna party. We'll go do it right in the middle of Victory Lane.
Cooler moonshine or beer.
I got 2 jars sitting over there.
I noticed.
They're nice and warm. I think it's black cherry and raspberry flavor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've had pear and apple or something.
Oh yeah, that's homemade. You don't even touch that, boy. That's gonna sit at home and ferment. So, but again, thank you for being the first woman driver on Behind the Wheel.
I feel blessed to have been chosen to be the first female to be interviewed. That's awesome.
It is awesome. I'm so glad we were able to do it, because I didn't have my first female driver wasn't scheduled until like June.
Oh really?
Yeah. So we're still gonna get that done, but we got you slid in.
I think you need to fit McKenzie Tenderhold in there.
I think so.
She's a great person. I think she'd be.
I was able to talk when we had Fan Appreciation Night. I was able to talk to her and interview her for a little bit, and definitely want to sit down and talk. You know, I'd love to get her and her dad at the same time.
Yes, absolutely. Her and her dad are wonderful people, and they've actually helped us out. You know, once in a while, and just a little bit of help. You know. Yeah,
just a little bit goes a long way. And tonight,
I actually learned from her too a little bit on the track. I'll watch how she does. So being that she's 18, 19 years old,
she holds her. You know, and quite honestly, I'm afraid if somebody spins her around, she's gonna hit some of these guys with a fist, not with a car, with a fist.
Yep.
But
she's very good. I'm very proud of her. You know, I don't know her that well, but she's a good person.
She's done a phenomenal job since my time I've been here. You've done a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
In my time here, you've come a long way, and you got a long way to go. And,
yes.
And it's gonna be. Why not? It's just
exactly. One day at a time, and have fun, you know. And you know, there's some drivers that are like me; they need more work, but we kind of stay back and do our thing, and we'll get there. You know.
Now, I wasn't going to bring this up. You actually didn't race tonight.
No, I did not.
And you had a former guest on the show, Tim Mullins, run your car.
Yes.
And he told you a few pointers on how he would have liked it and what would have helped.
Yes.
So again, there's another thing, another way of how everyone helps everybody.
I actually am one person out there who does that. I'll let somebody else run my car just so I can kind of see how it runs. And and it helps me out too, because everybody sees different things. And,
Exactly.
Like I said, this is going on my second year, and yeah, Frank does a great job, working on it and stuff. But sometimes, stuff slips through the cracks,
Yeah, the more eyes that are on it, the better you can
Exactly.
be. And that's one thing, you see with all these other drivers, mainly at this track, because I've been to other tracks and you don't see it near as much.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone's like, hey, maybe if you try this,
Yep.
or maybe if you try this, and there's just so many different avenues.
Everybody's look on their cars are different though. Like, just because it's good for them doesn't mean it's good for you. They can recommend it, but
And all you can do is try.
That's right.
Because starting April 2nd, points racing starts out here.
I can't wait.
It's going to be a fantastic time. So, Julie, thank you for your time.
Thank you, and I really do have to say special thanks again to Frank, my fiance. He's done amazing. Without him helping me out with this, I don't think I'd be here, So.
All right. So again, special thanks to Frank and for Frank setting this up. Sent me a message on TikTok. It's like, hey, can you interview Julie this week? And I said, without a doubt.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. It was kind of a shocker, but.
Well, that's
what am I gonna say?
that's what I like. Well, it's better. Like when I interviewed Anthony Ferreira, I was like, hey, I'm interviewing you. And he's like, oh, okay.
Okay. Get it done.
Exactly. And so I just got to surprise people like that every now and then. Some of them I get scheduled, some of them I don't.
Right.
And with as busy as it gets around here pre-race, sometimes it don't happen. Post-race is a little bit easier. So thank God for awesome lights.
Yes.
So, because I got a text message from you saying, hey, we can always do this another time. It's getting dark. And you ain't getting out of this
I
one.
wasn't trying to. I was looking out for you because you had your boy, So.
Oh, no, he's already in trouble, so he's being on his best
I think he
behavior.
might have gotten
right
into
now.
that beer over there. He's a little crazy right now.
Well, see, he got caught throwing rocks.
Uh-oh.
And he disappeared. He was sitting behind me in the announcer's booth, and he disappeared. And I didn't know where he went. You crazy kid. So he disappears. So I had to run to the restroom. Robert was filling in for me on the mic. I run down, and I saw Greene County Sheriff, and I was like, hey, if you see my son, this is what he looks like. He's like, I know who your son is. I was like, well, that's great.
Oh, great.
And I was like, if you see him, send him back up to the booth. So he goes walking over there, and about 5 minutes later, Aiden comes running up. So I talked to him after the races. He goes, he's like, I asked your son, I was like, does your dad know where you're at? And he goes, oh, yeah. Yeah, and he goes, well, I talked to your dad. And he goes, he just ran off and came this way. So I told him, I was like, if you got to cuff him, bring him up.
Bring him up.
Bring him up. So
It might be a learning lesson for him.
it might be, but yeah, he was practicing for football, he claims. But
Okay.
all the boys are out there goofing off, having
Boys
some
will
fun.
be boys. I have 3 of them myself.
And he just cracked a beer.
Yeah, I heard that.
I heard it.
Maybe I didn't.
He knows Dad's thirsty. So again, thank you for being on Behind the Wheel.
Yes,
It's been a great time, great conversation. I hope the fans love it. I know they will.
Yeah, I look forward to the fans. We bring that crowd out, and if it wasn't for us putting on a good show, they wouldn't be, because we don't want to come to a boring show.
Exactly.
I really appreciate everybody that comes out and watches us. My nose is running.
Mine is too. I can feel it in my mustache.
Anyways, yeah, it's great. The fans are great. They make it known too, and
They were loud and rowdy tonight.
yes,
They were.
we definitely have a loud crowd.
We got them going. So
Yes.
I appreciate it. This will be airing tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna go home and do some editing on it
Sounds
and
good.
get it rocked down. And
Well, I appreciate you doing this.
no problem. Anytime. It's been a blast, and I can't wait to see what you do this season.
Me too.
And we'll definitely be following along. So good luck this year.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next. Well, on the 2nd, I guess.
Yeah, that's the next race.
All right.
Before we know it.
So y'all have a great night. It's been a great time talking to Julie here, and we will see you the next time right
All
here.
of you women, real quick, all of you women who don't think you can do it, never say never.
Never say never. You're getting a sticker you need to put on the back of your car that says never say never.
Never say never.
So until next time, live from right here on Behind the Wheel, my name is Kenton Blackburn. This is Julie Shepherd. We'll see you next time right here. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Behind the Wheel just as much as I did. It was great to get down and sit down and talk with Julie, and also get to know what makes the 77J tick, and her tribute to her father and her family. Can't wait to continue the race season as we look forward to continue our time at the local racetracks around here. Springfield Raceway, Monette, Dallas County, Lucas Oil, and Midway Speedway. Looking to bring Behind the Wheel to any more tracks along the way. Like, follow, share, and we'll see you next time right here on Behind the Wheel.